and speak of the devil and he will appear. Welcome for the first time in a long time, El Padrino of StarCraft himself. Without him, Sentimiento Latino would not exist. It is Duckling. Welcome, Duckling, welcome.
What do you mean, devil?
Here
I am coming like a saint every week to give you good tournaments, and you call me a devil of all things.
So we have our semifinals. Now, welcome back, man. Welcome back. Have you been, man? Have you been?
Very busy, man. Very busy. Very busy, but we'll talk about it in a second because, mate, the map has loaded. So, welcome everyone to Blackburn LE of all maps. Spawning here, the Mexican Protoss player for Infernalis Esports. It is Pacomike.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Blackburn LE, we have the CranKy Duckling himself. He made it to the top 4, and he's still in the top 4 of Latin American DreamHack. This madman was playing earlier today. It's the Peruvian Zerg player. It is Ryu. So yeah, man. Like, I know you.
I know we both had very busy weeks,
yes,
but for different things. and now that I have returned to to casting with you today, I feel a little. What's the word I'm looking for? Threatened.
You feel threatened?
Yes.
By who?
Because I saw you casting with Cristiano the other day, and Cristiano was looking like pretty sharp. I'm like, mate, I cannot top that. I don't even have the cam on.
Oh my god, mate, it was so funny. Like, we were getting ready for the cast, and of course, like, I was casting DreamHack Europe before that. And Cristiano's like, yo, okay, I'm gonna get ready. Do you need anything from me? And I'm like, mate, have a shower and dress pretty for me. And he's like, I got you, mate. He's like, I got you. I'll be pretty for you. And then when he showed up for sound check, he was in the blazer and the aviators. I'm like, yeah, that's what we wanted. Oh god, it's crazy, man, crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So shout out to Cristiano, and also funara to Cristiano for not being here, mate. Yeah. How dare you choose women before us?
I know, right? Like, look, I know how lonely you are, Cristiano. I get it. I understand. Like, he's living a rough life, and whenever an opportunity presents itself, I understand that you got to go for it. But like StarCraft, right? StarCraft. Goddamn.
Yeah. Yes, look at us. We are here.
Exactly. Could have been one of the boys. No, but I agree. I was also a little bit like, when I saw that, I'm like, mate, I got a jacket on, but like, I also want to do something similar. I've got ideas, like, because now we're using cameras more frequently on the CranKy Ducklings. Like, I want to get like a mariachi hat, I want to get like, like a proper outfit, like, have some fun.
Yeah. Oh no! So someone. No, Pacomike. He's probably also gonna go get women or something.
Paco, please. Oh god. But yeah. It's been fun with DreamHack. It's been fun. Of course, what I will say is that Duckling, don't feel threatened. Cristiano, he's a nice addition to the Duckling casting crew, but you'll always be there, man. You'll always be there or you'll always be welcome, is what I should say, to come on and cast, man.
Yes, but you are not saying the correct words, Light.
Wow.
You are not saying that I will number 1. Like, if I cannot be number 1, do I really want to be there?
Mate, were you ever number 1? Was
Well, look, Jaco doesn't count, okay?
Oh god, fair. Okay. We'll have a casting show match.
Casting. Oh god.
But yes, as you said, it's been a wild week. For the people watching, I highly recommend everyone tuning into the VOD of last night, where I casted alongside Cristiano for DreamHack Latin America. It was Eric versus Pacomike. The matches themselves weren't the best, honestly. It feels bad, man. It was kind of sad. But the cast was fun, and yeah, Cristiano made a show of it.
No, see, Pacomike completely disconnected from the game, so I don't know if his game crashed or something, or his internet went out. Yeah, there we go. Pacomike is now back.
Yeah.
So let's remain from the replay.
Yeah. Hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully all the issues have been settled. Thankfully, StarCraft at least has the feature to resume from replay. I know that that's not a feature in all esports, so at least we have that.
Let's see. Let me create the Blackburn. All right. Oh, there we go. You did it.
Yeah, all good.
No. From replay, not hosting a new.
It was Pacomike invited me to a lobby, so I just joined. I apologize.
That Pacomike.
Shaking my head, Pacomike. Shaking my head. God, I keep getting invited to these goddamn lobbies. Yeah, it won't take us too long. But yeah, have you been able to tune into much of DreamHack, or?
I saw day number 1, and I saw the matchup today of Ryu versus Kelasur.
Oh,
that's all that I saw. I don't know, but I think Pacomike fell again. The one thing that I missed that people told me that it was crazy was Ryu versus Jim Rising in the decider match in the group stage.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a match where game 1 was Ryu versus Jim Rising ZvZ. Game 2 was ZvP. Oh, sorry, the other way around. So Jim played Protoss in DreamHack. So that was fun.
And lost.
Yeah, he lost horribly. Oh god.
Oh no, I think Pacomike has the lobby bug.
Ooh. You may have to refresh. You may have to reload. It is a bug with replays, unfortunately, sometimes. But we'll get back into this at some point. But yeah, the Latin American DreamHack has been a lot of fun. Some upsets here and there. I think the biggest thing was that going into DreamHack, I was really worried about Terran because I was talking to you about this, I believe, how Terran hasn't been active in the online tournament scene after DreamHack Fall. So we didn't really know what form he was looking like. And he got invited because of his performance in DreamHack Fall. So it's like, yo, has he been practicing? Has he been taking this seriously? The answer was no. He did seem out of practice. So because of that, Terran did kind of fall. But that did give the opportunity for like Ryu to rise and to get through and stuff. And Ryu made top 4, which is huge.
Yes, Ryu made top 4. Congratulations, mate. This is like second season in a row that you have a top 4 player in your team.
Yeah, look, I wanted to. I wanted Eric and Ryu. Like Eric versus Pacomike was so unfortunate. Like, I felt my heart breaking watching that series because if you didn't watch it, it was Eric being ultra aggressive. I think he went for a 12 pool in game 2, and in game 1 he went for like a Roach Queen all in. And it was Pacomike holding. And then the game goes on for like 10 more minutes. Like both games. And Eric is like fighting his heart out from behind because he wasn't joining up, because he wasn't taking bases. And his fights were always better, but he always just was worse economically and he just couldn't get in. Or like he couldn't surpass that. So yeah. Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
So okay, it happens. there will be future seasons. You know, StarCraft is not gonna die.
Yeah.
At least not for one more year.
At least not for at least not for one more year. So we'll have another chance.
Look, we have at least one more month. Okay.
Sure. And it's also, of course, one of those things where Ryu still has a chance as well to go even further. He's going up against Cham tomorrow. Ryu versus Cham.
Yes, and it's a CBC, and we would know that in CBC anything can happen. So there we go. After many tries, we won't recover from replay because the game is a piece of crap that barely works.
Yes.
So instead we will be restarting the game from the beginning.
Yes.
That's okay. Honestly, nothing happened really. Both players went from pretty standards opening.
Yeah. There was nothing significant happened. Nothing significant.
Yeah, I don't think a single unit died.
Nope. Diving back in. Ooh. Jim's PvZ was horrible. I mean, Jim's PvZ can be pretty good, but on that day was not. And mate, we are diving back into this series, back into this semi-finals.
Yes, we are back in Blackburn LE, and speaking of being horrible, here we have the Protoss player whose internet is horrible, like ZvP. I don't know what were you thinking. This is Infernalis Esports, Pacomike.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Blackburn LE, we have the CranKy Ducklings member himself. He is red, representing the land of Peru. It is Ryu.
So yeah, busy weeks, right?
Yeah. What about yourself? I was talking about DreamHack, which is what we've been busy with. But what about yourself, man?
I mean, just work. Basically, that's basically it. And by the way, something that I want to take advantage of that I am on the stream and I have people in the chat to talk to. Today, the owner of Sidestone Gaming told me that he wanted feedback on how were the tournaments from Latin America that they did in the previous month. So people, if you have anything to say about the PSL Opens that they did in September, please tell me on Twitter. What did you think about it? What was it good? What was bad? And let's see if they can improve and maybe do more in the future.
Yeah. Shout out to KJ. He's a great guy and he's very passionate about StarCraft. So we'll see what they do, especially because like what KJ was doing, it was like a seasonal thing, right? It's not like a long-term weekly. Like they come back, with a new approach to things. I don't know if he's like tying them all together with like a PSL finals or something, but it's cool.
Yeah. And let's see that they maybe do more in the future. We'll see. But for now, we only just want feedback.
Yeah.
Speaking of feedback, Pacomike doesn't need any because, mate, he's going to Stargate once again.
Big surprise! It's Blackburn. We do have a Stargate opener coming out from him. I have to wonder what is Ryu's plan here, because when I think of Blackburn, I think of queens and I think of roaches.
Are you thinking of going for the queen walk early on?
Yeah. That's and if he doesn't go for it for Nada Ryu,
Look, you can always put in your contract that if you play PvC on Blackburn, you will always do the queen walk.
Say, look, you gotta go for a queen walk or take the gold base, okay? It's one or the other.
One of the other. But yeah, by the way, a few days ago that I was playing ladder, I was reminded of you because I was playing ladder versus my Zerg opponent and the bastard took my gas. Like, he stole my gas. He stole my gas, then proxy hatched me.
Oh my, I love him.
Proxy had me outside my natural, mate. The good thing is I didn't die and I actually ended up winning the game. But oh my god, that was so frustrating, mate.
Yeah, the other Terran players in the CranKy Ducklings, they know about that, and whenever I drone scout in ZvT, like they immediately just like hug their gas geyser with an SCV to make sure it doesn't get taken. Oh god, it doesn't happen all the time in competitive play, but every now and then it pops up.
Yeah, and light VIP gets very excited about it.
Yes, of course.
Speaking of getting very excited, mate, here comes the first void ray for Pacomike. See what he can pick off.
Yeah, the first void ray is here. You know, he's gaining that map controls, denying any overlord coming across the map. But what's important as this Ling tries to deny the third base is that Pacomike is not going double Stargate Void Ray, mate. He is going straight into charge.
Yeah, this is a somewhat characteristic of Pacomike, where he sometimes opens with just Stargate, one Void Ray, and nothing more from the rest of the game. Like, it is only one Void Ray to clean all the overlords that are nearby, which he has also. And yeah, his second part of his plan is going to be, 6 gates?
Oh yeah.
6 gates with charge, so a nice push from Pacomike is gonna come very soon. See what damage he's able to do while he expands in the background.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember him doing this during the qualifiers for DreamHack. I can't remember if it was against Eric or Ryu, but yeah, this can be deadly here, and this is gonna hit hard because, mate, we're on Blackburn. It doesn't take too long to get across the map, and this needs to get scouted. Ryu at the moment has no idea whether it's gonna be Charge or Glaive at Eps or anything from Pacomike.
What the hell? Ryu's making double rush Warren.
Oh no! Look, it's kind of late in Italy, okay? I mean, what do you want from me? Oh god, okay. The first is finished. The second may fit. Look, he's
look. The plan is very obvious. He went for a quick lair and double rush Warren, so he wants to go for Roach Speed and Roach Burrow at the same time.
True. Okay? Burrow is on the way, by the way. Unironically, he could be going for that, as a Glaive Reconstitution has already started to show us the tunneling claws. But hopefully not, because, mate, you got Zealous in your face.
Yeah, Silos has arrived, and Ryu has absolutely nothing, mate. And not only... Oh my god, but the War Prison went down, so that's a big win for Ryu, mate.
Oh my god, that was huge!
He just needs to hold this, and he'll be fine.
Jesus.
Because there won't be any reinforcement coming from Pacomike.
Exactly. Like, that was devastating, the fact that Pacomike was able to wall off with that force field, but in the end, Ryu, he breaks into his own base. He's going to be able to take out every single one of these Zealots. The Zealots are getting damaged, though, but again, this is not game-ending damage.
Yes, 12 workers killed. And yeah, there's still a few Zealots alive, so more workers are going to be killed. But the big part is this is not going to be, as you say, fatal.
Exactly.
You know, the War Prison was in place. There was a force field. Like, there was no way that Ryu would have been able to enter. But luckily, the War Prison got sniped. And that is the end.
Exactly. Now Ryu, he's held. He's free to drone up, and he's doing it. Oh, yo, he was actually doing it. Glile and tunneling claws, both at the same time.
What the hell? Since when this is a thing, mate? Is this something like in Italy or like?
He's been spending too much.
Has Raynor developed something new?
Yeah, he's been spending too much time with Raynor. So the problem is that he's sending his roaches across the map to counterattack with his Burrow, which is great. The problem is that there's a massive Zealot run by, and what do we have at home to defend? The army is going across the map. Uh-oh.
We are going to arrive in one of those funky base trade scenarios, mate. And honestly, I see Pacomike doing a lot more damage than Ryu.
Yeah, Zealots are pretty good, man. Oh my god, the roaches are across the map. The Zealots, they hit the third base. The third could go down. We have a couple of reinforcements coming out for Ryu. Maybe this is going to be enough, but oh, the hatchery is dead. It's just dead. Yeah,
he's coming straight from the hatchery. There's no energy for transfuse, and the hatchery died. Even gonna take out a few of the queens, but look, here's come Ryu.
Yo.
He's like, oh no, I need to do damage now. Oh.
Exactly, and now he's going to be able to get into every single base. There are immortals at the natural, so these roaches aren't going to do too much damage, and when it comes to the third base, they won't do too much damage either. But what about the main?
Yeah, 8 workers, and the boys have been pulled from the middle line, so they won't be suffering any more damage. But yeah, there's an observer. So eventually, these roaches are going to be clean, and yeah, this is doing damage, but I don't think it's doing as much damage as Ryu hoped hope to do.
Exactly. Like, he lost a base. So what does Ryu do? He double expands. This is a way to come back into this game. And at least he is keeping Pacomike at home with all of these roaches. So he's not completely out of it. He is taking the right steps to close the... Oh my, he's going for double Lurker Den! I think I figured it out, mate.
Is it double Saturday on Europe or something? Is there a holiday day missing?
Look. So I was trying to figure out why why he signed up today. Okay, after his loss against Kelazur, I was like, yo, is this the best thing to do? I'm pretty sure after that happened, he cracked open a bottle of tequila, and, and Ryu has been drinking, and I think he's just having fun because the double Roach Warren timing is a thing, but it's not very efficient. We saw it didn't really do much. It didn't pay for itself. And now we're gonna have double Lurker up. Oh, okay, he can't. Oh my god. Oh. Phew. It's like he's crazy.
Look. I was excited for a second. I was like, what kind of crazy build, crazy tech was Ryu gonna show us? And the answer is yes, I'm just drunk.
Yes. That's the best answer. Ryu may just die because Pacomike, he's pushing out across the map. Lurkers are coming out, which are important, but it's all going to be about the purification of this. Can he connect with the Lurkers? Can he close the gap and get on top of them?
The big thing, though, is that Ryu does not have very much units that to speak of. Like, he has 5 roaches and 6 Lurkers, and that's it.
Oh, exactly.
A couple got shot, and they will all be killed.
You're not wrong. Meanwhile, speaking of being killed, we did have a denial of the top. No, that was a kill. That was a kill on the hatchery towards the top right. So the Zealots, they already got their damage, and now Pacomike can back off. There was a very good defensive position here for Ryu, so Pacomike couldn't push in, but he still killed the hatchery anyway.
Yeah, that was a nice move, and now he also saw Ryu took the gold base, and look, he's going for it.
Yeah, he is going for it. At the same time, a War Prism is being set up. Pacomike has to be careful. There are spores in position just in case. Meanwhile, Ryu, he's thinking about pushing up this ramp into Protoss. Oh, it's so risky to try and pull off.
Where are those destructors going?
They go for the Mineral Light? What? Okay. Meanwhile, the War Prism goes in. It's not moving! It's gonna go down!
No! Oh no! I think that was mate, this is the second War Prism that Pacomike loses that does nothing basically.
Exactly. Meanwhile, the Zealots try to go for a bit of run by, but they took a lot of Lurker shots. These Zealots are going to be cleaned up. Meanwhile, there's only one army left here for Pacomike, and Ryu, he is... Oh, actually, he's kind of ignoring it. He went across the map with the Nidus!
Yes, and Nidus was erected meanwhile, and mate, the Lurker siege has begun. The gold, like, mate, you're going to attack my gold base. I'm going to gold base. Oh my god, nice purification. Novas, a lot of units went killed, but unfortunately, the disruptors went without anything to protect them, so they got just one shot and died.
Exactly. Meanwhile, a couple of Stalkers do blink on forward. There is detection. 4 Lurkers go down. Alongside those 12 probes, even though Pacomike lost his disruptors, I'm pretty sure he came out ahead there.
Yes, I think he did. There were currently 66 workers for Pacomike, 75 for Ryu. So in numbers, Ryu is supposed to be ahead, but in reality, mate, I think Pacomike has the better composition because, mate, he destroyed a lot of units, he denied a lot of the gold, he killed one full base, and now he's ready to go for carriers.
Exactly. The carrier production has already started for Pacomike. Thankfully, we already have, as these roaches get caught out in the middle of the map, we already have Vipers coming out for Ryu. So, Hydra Lurker Viper, it can contend against a low amount of carriers. Like, Ryu's going to be okay. It's about whether he's in position, because he's going for another Lurker run by. Like, I'm worried if he tries to counterattack and the Protoss army moves in at the same time.
The fight has begun. Nice forces there to split the army in two. I'm surprised. Okay, I'm surprised that Pacomike didn't move ahead with the attack, but I guess that he got worried with the attack he was having at home with that Lurker.
Yeah, the Lurker does finally get cleaned up. Meanwhile, some Adepts were able to kill 6 drones. The power of 1 Lurker is nothing in the face of 2 Adepts. As the two adepts were able to kill more workers in total. Meanwhile, Pacomike is looking for another fight. What I'm interested in is that Pacomike, he's doing all this without his carriers. The carriers are still at home.
He's probably just saving them for the perfect moment. Oh, nice joink. The disruptor got destroyed immediately. Pacomike just go back. I love the idea of the hallucinated Colossus just to see if he can bait any joinks.
Yeah, I was worried as well. I'm like, Ryu, please don't yoink your Colossus. Don't do it, papi. But what I'm worried about when it comes to Pacomike, as he is maxed out, is that if he fights and if he loses a big fight here, like, it's honestly, it takes a long time for a Protoss player to remax. So even though he has all these carriers, like, really, like, you know, Protoss strong together, you know, like, I think it would be better if he was all together with his whole army. Uh-oh.
Oh my god, Pacomike's army is going to get sandwiched.
That it is. We have all the lurkers coming in. We have a lot of yoinks on every single immortal. They all go down immediately. We need a recall.
There we go. The recall happened, and he lost all the sentries as well. Ooh. That's a lot of gas that got wasted.
Yeah, the sentries go down. We have a bit of a zealot round, but this will be cleaned up. Now, finally, Pacomike, when are you going to lose? When are you going to use the carriers, mate?
Oh my god, that's a lot of stalkers that went down there, mate. So, yeah, Ryu is starting to do a really good job at keeping Pacomike at bay. Oh my god, disruptors!
No, the disruptors. One goes down immediately. The second looks like just barely will escape. The Vipers are not here. Ooh, Nova gets a nice shot off, and the carriers are coming out. They're coming.
Yeah, the carriers are finally coming, but the question is, will Ryu be ready? Because, mate, a couple of joinks, and okay, there's not so many Hydras because a lot of them has been transformed into lurkers. But one good join, and it is an instant kill for each of these carriers.
True. Meanwhile, just quickly checking. Storm is not done, by the way. Fun fact. I don't know what the plan is with these High Templars. Sure, they can get some feedbacks, I guess, but he needs to be careful.
Oh, mate, remember, the High Templars now have an auto attack, so they can attack.
True. They can go for those auto attacks. The carriers did reveal themselves. What's important, Ryu needs a Spire. He cannot stay on Hydra Lurker Viper like this. With how many carriers? We have 7 carriers, mate.
Yes, and 2 more on the way. Finally, Pacomike is gonna start Storm. I think he forgot, literally.
yeah, I think so too.
And he is also he's not reacting, mate. He's losing a lot of probes into the gold base.
Oh yeah, 11, 12, a couple more probes are gonna go down. His army gets pulled out of position. Now it's go time. Yo, we get 1 yoink on the carriers.
1 carrier goes down, 2 carriers, 3 carriers, and there we go, mate. Because why? There's no storm.
Exactly.
There's nothing here to stop the Hydras.
Oh, we do have a purification level going off, but it does not connect. Just like that, 3 carriers do get picked off, but there are still 4 more where that came from. And there we go. Ryu throws down a Spire.
Yes, finally. Corruptors will join the fray eventually.
That they will. Meanwhile, oh my god, look how many lurkers there are. Oh, the Nexus is going to go down.
Mate, I don't want to guess how many probes have been killed on that gold base.
Too many, mate. Too many as the base falls as the Nidus to evacuate. At the same time, Pacomike was trying to counterattack with the Stalkers, but they're all going to die to the Hydras. The carriers were just not a part of any of this. They weren't in time to defend, and they weren't across the map to attack. Yeah,
Pacomike is slowly starting to lose everything, mate. Like, he has a lot of carriers, mate, but you need an actual army to accompany them.
Exactly. Meanwhile, this is dangerous. All these High Templar are so exposed. Like, if these High Templar... This is the answer to the Hydras, by the way, to protect the carriers. And if they die now, it's over. Run away, Buppy. Run away. The hell are you doing out here? After all said and done, things are calming down a little bit. Pacomike takes another base. He's getting more carriers. We could maybe do with maybe a mama ship or something. But oh, look how many corruptors are being produced.
18 corruptors, mate. That's a lot of air power.
Oh god, that's what Ryu needed. Again, there was a massive window. There was 18 minutes of this game where Ryu didn't have corruptors, and Pacomike could have used as carriers, but you saw them, we saw them for a long time. They were just stuck in the main base. He wasn't utilizing them, and now that he is, mate, we already have an answer.
Yes, Ryu already has the answer, so let's see how good they can be in the next fight, because my Rio's maxed out, Pacomike is nearly maxed out as well. We are going to see a big engagement pretty soon.
True, and of course something that we have to bear in mind is that there are 9 High Templar here, full of energy, ready to storm whatever Ryu has.
And here we go, mate. The army of Rio is trying to engage.
Oh, that he is. We do have one storm to zone out. Archons are being taken out one after the other. Meanwhile, there was a Nidus across the map, but Pacomike was able to clean it up. The Nidus did not finish, and Pacomike doesn't break in, but Ryu also can't push out.
Man, what a close game. And this is only game number 1, people. Remember, this is a best of 3.
Hey, these are the best in Latin America, man. Right? These some of the best, I should say. And oh boy, it's just so ballsy of Pacomike to have 2 armies like this. Like, but we'll see if he can pull it off, mate. We'll see. Ooh,
well, he's slowly pushing in.
Yeah, lurkers are exposed. Oh, we do see Ryu trying to push this back. Only 1 lurker went down. Decent storm. The High Templar are exposed. He's trying to dive on top of the High Templar.
Oh my god, that was a lot of storm over the Hydras and the Corruptors, made, and I think that was a mistake by Ryu. He moves his units a little bit too close for my liking, but the High Templars managed to have no more energy, mate, and the remaining army of Rio now take care of the remaining carriers.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we saw a lot of storms on the Hydras, true, but not on the Corruptors. The Corruptors killed every single High Templar. But what's important is that because all those Hydras died, the ground army is pushing forward, but we have a couple more lurkers in the back line, and this may be enough with the stack defense for Ryu to hold on.
Yeah, just barely. Another War Prism kill by Ryu.
Oh no. Storms are finally coming in on top of the Corruptors, but it's a little bit too late. Look at how much energy these had. These High Templar were across the map. They were at the gold base. They could have been a part of the main army, but they were not. And because of that, every single carrier is dead. And now the Corruptors are just pissing on everything.
Yeah, the gold base is gonna go down once again. And made it. But this is looking really green for Pacomike. Like, he doesn't have the resources to rebuild his army, mate. What he has to win with.
Exactly. He desperately needs another base, and he's trying desperately to get another base up and running. But that's the problem with Protoss, that like if you don't have a bank, if you lose the Skytoss army like that, it's so expensive. How are you going to rebuild it?
You done, mate. You done. You go to the next game.
You move on to the next game. Meanwhile, every single High Templar goes down. They're forced to be morphed into Archons. Ryu dominating this fight, chasing everything down. The yoinks are real. Every single Archon gets picked off. And that is the army of Pacomike.
Yeah, that should be it. Ryu has free movement to move across the map and just keep Pacomike. We're going to see GG any moment now.
Yeah, exactly. 1 Purification Nova goes off, and it looks like it will connect, but there's still so many lurkers, so many Corruptors. Far too much here for our Protoss player. Overcharge is being used, but it's not enough to keep anything alive. And Ryu, things were looking a little bit scary for him. He was stuck on Hydra Lurker Viper for a long time, but it worked out. GG. Wow.
GG. That was a nice win by... Ryu. No, this is why he's top 4 in Latin America, like ZvP.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. Oh god, Ryu having some revenge here for his fallen comrade. Again, as a reminder, Pacomike was the one who eliminated Eric from DreamHack Latin America. So Pacomike coming in for his fellow Pato.
By the way, did I hear that correctly right before I joined? That Eric is now a free agent. Can I sign him now?
It sounds like you didn't listen to everything that I was saying, or maybe you joined mid-series.
Can I sign him for my Age of Empires team?
No. I was saying that our contract had expired with Eric, and he was messaging me during the cast, and he said that he would love to extend his contract and still be a part of the CranKy Ducklings. So we were giving him some hearts in the chat for
cool. So people who were looking out for Eric, you cannot have him.
Exactly, he's ours.
No. Yes. He's specifically yours.
Oh god. No, but yeah,
you put it on paper. You took it to the notary, and
It's official, mate. It's official. He's Eric Braja Light Sanchez. There you go.
Anyhow, welcome everyone to Jagannatha LE, map number 2 in this best of 3 series, and spawning here, one of the 4 best players in Latin America, it is Ryu.
And spawning in the top right hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Mexican Protoss player, the best Protoss in all of Latino America, representing Infernales Esports. It is Pacomike.
So, Light, I don't know if you noticed, but the top 4 players in Latin America spends a lot of time outside of Latin America. Like, is that the secret, Light? I have to leave?
I would say no, just because, like, sure, Cham is...
Is that why the Mega left us?
Funada the Mega, Funada. I mean, for me, one of the most endearing things about Cham, and why, like, me and Yoda were so big fans, was just because, like, he proved how far you could go staying in Mexico, staying in Latin America. Because even before he went to Korea, he was top 3 in DreamHack Latin America, you know? Like, and that was admirable, right? Like, that's respectable what he was able to do. Sure, like, if you maybe want to go further, you do have to maybe go somewhere else. But again, like, it just goes to show, like, how great of a player Cham is to be able to do that, right? Like, shout out to Cham.
So how long until we see the Mega in top 4 in Latin America?
Let's go, the Mega. I mean, Terran got there and he's in Portugal, right? So
yes, the Terran is in Portugal. Like,
Eric.
I mean, he was in Korea for a while.
True. For many months, he was in Korea.
Yes, the only people that has gotten top 4 that I know of has not left the country like in a long while is Jim Rising, right?
No, because he was in America. He was in America when he was in Root
All
Gaming.
right, he was in the Root House for a while.
Yeah.
So okay, that is the secret then. That is the secret. You know, I see Chaos Fate in the chat. Maybe we need to send him to Russia or something.
Oh no! In Russia? That's not where he needs to be. That King, please, he's gonna die. He's gonna drown in Russian vodka, mate. He's gonna. Oh, God.
Maybe, but while he doesn't, mate, he's gonna be the greatest StarCraft player of all time.
Do you think the Russian vodka will, like, unlock the hidden potential of Chaos Fate? It's gonna go Super Saiyan 3. He's gonna go beyond. Oh God. He's gonna die young, but mate, is he gonna live? He's gonna.
You know, man, he's gonna be shining like the brightest star of the stars there. And then he's gonna implode.
He's gonna implode, mate. Oh God! Shout out
to Chaos Fate. He just arrived in the chat. Also Funara because he didn't check in.
I agree. I was looking forward to Tavo and Chaos Fate. At least Tavo was able to sub in for someone else, but Chaos Fate, come on, mate. What happened?
Mate, we would know what happened. You don't have to ask.
True. It's wasted on the floor, mate. God damn it. Shaking my head.
Anyhow, coming back to this game, very regular openings from both players. Pacomike again went with that Stargate and a single Void Ray just to clean up everything. He did lose the Adept at the beginning of the game, which is like uncharacteristic of him. But yeah, meanwhile, Ryu, he's just going for 3 bases, same thing.
Ooh, and we have something very interesting happening right now. We have a Twilight Council and a Forge being thrown down. If it was just a Forge, I would assume that it's just for cannons, right? And just to turtle up. But because it's a Twilight Council, this could be for +1 charge.
Yeah, I mean, what's better than the charge that we saw the last game? +1, mate.
Yeah. The other thing that I'm thinking is maybe Blink Stalkers. I will be shocked if he starts Glaives.
Oh my God, that's Blink. It's Blink.
Ooh, okay.
It's gonna be Blink Stalkers on Jagannatha. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I like it. He's going full darkness on us, mate. Going +1 blink stalkers. So what's important is that Ryu hasn't scattered any of this because his overlords have been killed by this Void Ray. Void Ray has to be careful, and what's important is that Ryu, he has one overlord remaining. This can dive in, and then Ryu will see everything.
Yes, and we both know how good Ryu is with scouting.
Oh yeah. He's one of the best, mate. One of the best. As we have the lair finishing up here, it's more likely than not that Ryu is going to wait for this lair to finish, morph in an Overseer, and then dive in. But until then, we'll see what happens. As, ooh, he's going for Burrow.
Also, by the way, that's a very interesting positioning for the lair main. I've seen people do it on the natural. I've seen people doing it on the main base, but on the third,
he's doing that He's doing it again! He's doing it again, Dad King! I'm sorry, but he's doing it again!
Now question, how do you think this will work out versus Blink instead of Charlotte?
I think it's gonna be better? No, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, so a couple of things are happening. One, the lair finish, so we do have the Overseer diving in for the scout. We are going to see that Ryu will confirm that it's not double Stargate Void Ray. It is a commitment into a ground army. Once he sees all the gases, he's going to know that it's +1 blink stalkers and not charge. So he has a lot of information. Meanwhile, on what you were saying, I agree, it's kind of weird. Typically, you don't want the lair in the main because the main, more often than not, will get sniped. So interesting position. I agree, that interesting. But mate, the double upgrade timing with the Roach Horn is crazy. Look,
after this tournament is over, or after this series is over, you need to ask Ryu, what the hell is up with the double Roach Horn?
Yeah.
Where did you get it? Is this a new secret tech from Reynor or something?
Yeah, I will 100% message him about that because this is crazy. It's the second time he's done it today. The first time it didn't work out because again he was up against Zealots, and this was delayed if you remember. But now the upgrades are pretty lined up. We already have roaches across the map. They're gonna be going in, but there are cannons. Ugh.
There are cannons. There is a full wall, so virtually these roaches will not be able to do much.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky. That's the problem with going borrowed roaches like this, is that it is common to get cannons defensively for a Protoss player, right? Like, it's quite common in today's meta.
Yeah, you just get 1 or 2 in each base, and there we go. You can easily defend from quick run-bys. Like this one.
Exactly. Ooh, the roaches actually bypass the army. Pacomike misses them, which is cool. The roaches can get into a mineral line, but they're not at home to defend. Oh. Pacomike's turning around. Oh, no, never mind.
No, he's not. He thinks he has enough with what he has at home, and he's probably correct, but there is no observer. Oh my god, did Pacomike just loot? Was it the Void Ray?
Void Ray, yeah, Void Ray.
Okay, for a second there, I thought it was the Warp Prism, and I was like, no, again, Pacomike.
Oh, he gets past the... Oh my god, he burrows underneath the force field. He gets on top of the sentries as well. The Warp Prism! No! Okay, please, at the same time, we have roaches in the main base. 14 probes went down, mate. Pacomike's falling apart.
Mate, what's up with Pacomike and losing Warp Prism today? Oh my god, he's also not paying attention to the 4 base. Ryu has everything here just to do a lot of damage.
Exactly, mate, exactly. I just love the move there. Like, you don't have to use this just to harass. You can use it when we see force fields, just burrow, get underneath those force fields, and get on top of the army. Meanwhile, we see roaches hitting every single base. We got roaches in the main, we got roaches in the forest, we got roaches headed towards the natural as well.
Yeah, Ryu going for a multi-prong attack, and even though there's cannons, mate, there's nothing here for the roaches to stop them. They just walk past by it, and they're gonna start to snipe as much workers as they can. And that was a nice shot, killing most of the roaches in one fell swoop.
Beautiful there by Pacomike. He was able to clean that up, and with this, Ryu, mate, he's fine. He's dealt the damage that he needs to, which was a lot to be fair, and he's transitioning into Hydra, Lurker, Viper.
Yeah, Ryu has everything that he needs for the next stage of the game. Meanwhile, Pacomike is still, I will say, technologically behind. You know, he started well with the Blink Stalker mate, but he's not going for carries this game. Exactly. So I think this is going to be an easier fight for Ryu, I want to say.
I agree, because there's no follow-up from Pacomike. Like, he's just stuck with the ground army, and that is not going to be enough here against Hydra Lurker Viper. You need that Sky Toss, as you were saying. Meanwhile, we do see Pacomike trying to push on forward. Decent, oh my god, decent connections!
Yeah, that was some really decent connections there from Pacomike.
Oh my
and
god.
his sniper lurker, his light bot lurkers, I think that was a miss rally.
Oh my god. Even though I feel like Ryu had all the tools to defend, the execution was not there. Pacomike, he takes out the lurkers, he takes out the 5th base.
Yeah, the base goes down for free. No, but Ryu's ready. Ryu has Vipers, Ryu has the lurkers. There is a storm on the way for Pacomike, but I don't see any high temper on the map.
Yeah, no High Templar yet. He hasn't been setting up, which means that he's not going to have any energy when the upgrade finishes. So, it doesn't have that set up. Meanwhile, show me the yoinks! He gets one Disruptor.
Yes, one Disruptor immediately killed.
But we'll see if he can get more. There are 2 Disruptors behind this. I'm loving the hallucinated Stalkers. It's very cute. Very cute. But there is detection with Ryu, so he wasn't falling for it. And after all said and done, there we go. This is what we were waiting for, Darking. You mentioned it. There it is. Fleet Beacon and a Stargate.
Yes, so he's now going to transition like in game number 1 to carriers, although it is a much lower pace than he did in the previous game.
Yeah, it's going to take a long time to get this up and running. He needs to be more active with his army. Ryu, he's working on that 5th. Like, this, he was doing a really good job at denying it, Pacomike was, but he needs to try and do it again. And at the moment, he's giving Ryu a lot of time to remake all those lurkers. Oh, the Vipers!
Ooh. Oh my god, the Vipers! 2 Vipers immediately snipe out of the air. Nice blink by Pacomike.
Oh!
Ryu unfortunately got distracted, and oh no, nice joints on the remaining disruptor, so the balls does not connect. And he also took out the high tempers, but Pacomike is not stopping. Pacomike is gonna go for a counter attack.
Oh yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, another disruptor shot goes off, but it takes 2 to kill a lurker. There was just so much going on from both sides. It looks like with this, Ryu is gonna try and break the 4th base of Pacomike, but as you said, Pacomike's actually going for a wraparound.
Yeah, he is, but there are lurkers set up everywhere, so this is Pacomike will be able to clean it, but at what cost, mate? Look how much he is losing.
Yeah, he's losing a lot of his army. A lot of disruptors survived, though. At the same time, there was a bit of a run by, but Ryu was able to defend that, and in the end, Ryu, he lost a lot of lurkers. That's what I'm concerned about. He only has 1 lurker left. He's remaking them, but he doesn't have a lot of a gas bank. He doesn't have a gas bank at all. Oh god.
Yeah, you are correct. He really needs it.
Yeah. Which means that Ryu's gonna need a lot of time to remake all the high-tech units that he lost. Not just the lurkers, but also the Vipers. There we go. They're on the way right now. It was very crucial that Pacomike was able to snipe them as well as he did, and now Pacomike is moving out, and Ryu doesn't see this at all.
Yeah, there is not creep there, so he didn't see it at all. But he's ready. He has unit here. Oh, nice. No, okay, nice split. Almost nice split by Ryu. But yeah, I think Ryu is gonna lose this base. Oh, the drones.
Oh no, the rallying, the main-harding drones do go down. We have some nice yoinks on these disruptors, but we see a recall. The hatchery was taken out alongside 15 workers.
Okay. Yeah, that was a little expensive by Pacomike, losing 2 disruptors over there, but he killed the base and he managed to kill 15 drones and he managed to save most of his units.
Yeah.
So I gotta say that's a win for Pacomike. Plus, mate, he has been getting the time needed to finally start amassing those carriers.
Oh yeah, carriers are now on the way. Pacomike doing beautifully across the map. And as you pointed out, like, a lot of this is because Ryu doesn't have vision. He is severely lacking in creep thread right now. Because of that, whenever an attack comes from either side, Ryu responds at the last moment. And because of that, he just doesn't have a lot of time. And every single time, Pacomike is able to find some damage.
So, Light, did you see who is in the chat?
So Funada Neo in the chat.
The fact that Neo is here so early, I'm guessing that something went wrong.
I'm gonna assume that Cristiano got them kicked out of the club. That's what I'm assuming. But
wow, that was a nice destructor shot over there. He killed a couple of the lurkers, and this is a big run of Zealot by Pacomike.
Oh yeah, he's going for the natural base. At the same time, there's gonna be a Nidus in the main base of Pacomike. Ryu, he's backing off and he's diving into the Nidus.
Oh my god, the Nidus actually managed to go up, mate, and Pacomike is about to lose a lot of infrastructure. Is he gonna save? No, okay, the Nidus it is not safe, but that's a lot of units. Ryu can fight this.
Oh my god, he snipes one of the carriers. He needs this Nidus. He needs this Nidus to evacuate. Otherwise, he's going to lose all of this supplies. So desperately, he needs it, but it looks like it's not going to happen. Oh, oh. Oh my god,
I don't know, mate. I'm not sure that he needs to evacuate.
Yeah, true.
He has more than enough army to fight this, and Pacomike is starting to lose everything.
Yo, the Valkyrie, the Queens come into play. They snipe every single carrier. Ay, ay, ay. These High Templar, the Disruptors, they were not here. And now they're going up a ramp into Zerg.
It was a nice turn, but a little like extra more than that needed. And yeah, I think this is the end of Pacomike, mate. Look at the supply: 168 for Rio, 92 for Pacomike, and Pacomike has no buildings left, mate. He doesn't have anything to rebuild his army.
Yeah, the production has been taken out. We did have a Zealot run by earlier, and it did kill a hatchery, but that is all that the Zealots were able to do. And in the end, Pacomike lost everything. He's trying to go for a base trade, but it's too late. He already lost his main. There's already so much momentum going Ryu's way, and he can just dive into the Nidus and go back home.
Yes, he probably is gonna do it just very quickly to defend what Pacomike is sending. No, he doesn't even need it. Man. He has more than enough at home to defend it, and yeah, this is gonna be it. Wow. I don't think Pacomike is gonna fight after he loses this army.
Exactly. GG gets called, and Ryu takes the series 2-0. Wow.
What a game.
Oh god. GG, well played. Congratulations, Ryu. He takes the series 2-0. He avenges his fallen duckling in Eric, and he moves on to the grand finals.